On Saturday, May 18th, I was called around 8 a.m. in the morning, and some tide rangers and Coast Guard personnel were conducting some drone mangrove research with Duke University, and they saw a manatee floating, and they determined that it was dead. So they contacted me, and they came, picked me up, and boated me out because we need to do a preliminary examination of the body to try to determine the cause of death. According to our findings, he was about 9 feet long and didn't have a lot of external boat scarring, which is good news. But I did find an area that had some skull damage, and I found blood oozing out of the nostrils, and my precursory determination is that he died of blunt force trauma to the skull, which most likely is from a boat collision. However, that being said, we did not do a full necropsy, opening up the skull to determine if there were actual brain clots. So I cannot be 100% certain, but it is the most common cause of manatee deaths.
All right, and from your findings now, what would you say, what advice would you have, being that, one of the preliminary findings could have been from a boat? What advice would you have for?
So manatees are actually very slow-moving creatures. The maximum speed maybe not the maximum, but they go about 15 miles per hour. They actually are also, they like to eat on the bottom, and it's very shallow waters around here. So when a boat is going at full speed, oftentimes they cannot move out of the way fast enough, and that's where the collisions occur. So my best advice is to be diligent in your sight when you're looking for objects in the water. Try to avoid them if you see them, and you'll see them by their nose popping up, or sometimes with you'll see mud trails. And also, please adhere to the no wake zones. Those are there because that's where a high population of manatees are seen, and we need to protect them because they are endangered.